Welcome to Sonetics Fashion Channel. I'm going to be putting you through the process of how I made this beautiful shirt here. You can use this method both for male and female shirts. Okay, so stay tuned and let's get into the video.
Hi guys, welcome to Sonetics Fashion Academy. My name is Prosper. So today I'm going to be showing us how to draft a shirt. Do well to follow us and also like the video, share, and also leave a comment for us. This will enable the video go reach other people, okay? And also don't forget to follow us on our YouTube channel. Do well to subscribe and also like, share, and leave a comment. Thank you. Alright guys, you're welcome. So to cut our shirt, the first thing I did was I went ahead to iron it flat, then do a fold. I made a fold here, a fold of 1.5 inches, okay? After doing that, I'll be using 12 inches for my fold in total, okay? So I made a fold of 1.5 inches, right? This is for the button. This is for the button front of the dress, okay? So that's why we are folding this 1.5 inch in. So after the fold, I marked 12 inches here, 12 inches, 12 inches. But note, this is a freehand method, so I went ahead to put in the length of my shirt, the full length. So guys, this is it. So let me recap again. I fold in 1.5 inch, 1.5 inch on fold. After making the fold, I make sure the wideness of my fabric is on 12 inches, as you can see. So then I mark the length of my shirt, okay? So this is the length of the shirt, 27 inches. I'll just go ahead now and cut it out first. Okay guys, so this is it. I've cut it out. I've not done any major drafting on it yet. I just mark the length and then cut it out. So the next thing I'm going to do is to fold for the back, okay? I'll fold for the back. So I'll use this front pattern to make sure I have the same thing for the back as well, okay? Just follow me closely, you're going to understand it. So I'll go ahead now and use my iron to press. Okay, so what I'm trying to pass is make sure the front and the back are the same wideness. The wideness are the same. My back is on fold as well, so make sure they are the same like this, okay? So once they are the same, we'll go ahead. I'll just go ahead and iron it to secure my material in place, okay? Okay guys, I'm done with the ironing, so I've secured it. The next thing we're going to do, at this edge, you go ahead and mark, at this edge like this, you go ahead and mark 2.5 inches downward, just as you can see, okay? Just follow me closely. So you mark 2.5 inches downward and create and draw a straight line from this top here, like this. You see the straight line, you draw the straight line to meet that 2.5 inches. So this is what I'm going to do now. You go ahead, take your scissors and cut a straight line. Don't cut it all out, okay? Don't cut it all out, just leave it that way. Then after cutting that straight line, you go ahead and cut this out as well. After cutting it this way, it's time to adjust our fabric. So I'm going to adjust this fabric downward by what? 4 inches. Please follow me closely. From the top here, I'm going to mark 4 inches. So can you see, this is 4 inches. This is 4 inches. So I'm going to fold it like this now to meet this front. Don't worry, these parts will not relax well together, but don't worry about it. So the way to do it is either you put it closely, let them be close like this, or you place it like half an inch on top of this one. Like this one will be lapping on top of it by half an inch. So I prefer lapping it on top of the front by half an inch. So I'm going to do that. So I've lapped by half an inch, and I'm using my iron to press it down. So guys, please make sure you always have an iron when you're working with this particular method, okay? This is This method is also used for making shirts. See, t-shirt or shirts, thereabouts. Corporate shirts, okay? You use the same method to make corporate shirts. Now, do you see what we have? So this is how you place it, okay? Now, from this point, this is where you now check your length. We are having 28 inches as our total length, okay? I don't take it from here because this is the neck area. This is probably the shoulder. This is the shoulder area, so this is better. So I have 28 inches totally. You remember our initial length was 27, right? For the front. So by the time we did this fold now, we now have 28 inches, which means that 1 inch is for the hemming allowance for the down of the shirt. All right, so let's move forward. So we've gotten our desired length. Now, if you're not satisfied with this particular length, you might as well want to increase the front length so that it doesn't affect this shoulder shoulder too much, because once this place is too wide, it's not so nice. So okay, so let's go ahead. So now I'm going to just cut it out straight. Okay, follow me closely, follow me closely. So the next thing is to cut out our neck. So bring this out. The normal neck for any shirt, any person at all, is 2.5, okay? Not for children. Children actually you either use 2 inches or 2 points or 2 and 1/4. So 2.5 for the neck width. The neck depth I'll be using 2 3/4, okay? So make sure you measure your client's round neck, but in a case where you don't, you have to know the neck that will fit any normal person, okay? So this dress is for a female client of mine. So her round neck that I'm using is 17. I'm going to be using 17. So like I said, the depth I use 2 and 1/4. Then I'm going to just curve like this. Don't make it too deep, okay? So we've done the cutting. Then I'll flip this way and then cut this out like this. Did you see? After cutting it out like this, make sure you do it very well. Can you see our neck now? So I'm going to just measure it to see what I have. What I have is 15.5. It's not going to do. That's not our neck. And I'm not going to touch this wideness again, because if we do, the person's singlet might be coming out. It will make the neck to, it will make the collar not to relax well, okay? So I'm just going to come down again. I'm just going to come down again by 1/2 inch. And I'll trace it again. Okay, this is fine. It is absolutely fine. Okay guys, after doing that, the next thing is to put in our shoulder. So you place your tape this way and mark the shoulder. Then you mark your armhole depth. And at that armhole depth area, you put in your bust measurement. Now when taking measurement for a shirt, make sure it's not tight, okay? If at all you measure the client tight, make sure you add 2 inches to that measurement to give it ease allowance. Then I'll put in my sewing allowance, 1 inch. You can go ahead and use 1/2 inch for the sewing allowance, or 1 inch, okay? So I'm just going to connect this shoulder line straight. After connecting it straight, I'll make a curve. Okay, there we are. The next thing is to determine the waistline. My waistline here is 16. 16, that's the waistline. So from this measurement, I have 12 inches here. I'm just going to deduct 1 inch. and mark here as my waistline. Then for the hip, I'll put in the hip measurement here and add my 1 inch sewing allowance as well. We're almost done. So at this edge, I'm going to come up by 3 inches. Okay, then I'll draw a curve. And you see, we are done. I'll go ahead and cut out. Okay, so I'll just notch here. Now after doing that, I'm going to go in by 1/2 inch on this front part. I'll get the midpoint of my armhole length. This is where it's put me. Then I'll go in by 1/2 inch to eliminate bulginess at the armhole area. Okay, and you see I've done that already. Okay, so you can see guys, it's very easy. I'll go ahead now and open up the side. Okay, so I'll take the back out. Okay guys, so now I'm going to determine where since I'm sewing for a female client, I'm going to determine where the buttonhole is going to be. There's something we want to do, right? Okay, so women buttonhole usually stays at the right, while men's own stays to the left, so that by the time they're wearing it, it's facing the left side. Okay, so this is the right of the women's own, so I'm going to put this left aside. After putting it aside, I will go ahead and trim this out. Not much, like just a little, just the way I'm doing it now. This is about 1/4 inch. So I'll trim this side off. So the next thing I'll do, I'll cut another piece for it. Okay guys, so this is the material I'll be attaching to the right side of the front. So I went ahead to cut out 4.5 inch material. So this is 4.5 inch down. The length I make sure is longer than the actual length, which was 24. I made mine 27. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to first of all fold it with 1/2 inch inward using my pressing iron. So I've used my pressing iron to do that. Sorry about that. The next thing I'm going to do is to fold in 1 inch, because I don't want it too wide, so I think 1 inch is okay. Oh, this is 1 1/4. This is fine, very fine by me. So I'm going to fold it again by 1 1/4 like this. So this is 1 1/4 I'm pressing out right now. So I've pressed it all the way down 1 1/4. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do, sorry, don't mind me, they took our light, so I'm just using the remaining heat on the iron to do this. Okay, you know how it is in Nigeria with lights. So the next thing now, I'm going to fold this remaining part in like this. Okay, as you can see. So just make sure it's actually close to this 1 1/4 inch you did initially. Let it be close, but not too close, okay? You'll see what I'm trying to achieve by the time I'm done. This enables the sewing to go very easy. Okay, so once I've done that, I'll push it in. I'll now push this part inward, and this 1.5 inch will be on top. So this is what you have. Okay, so I will try my best to put us through the sewing process of this shirt, so you'll know how to fix this particular part in front. Okay, then the collar comes in by the time I'm done joining the shoulder. So definitely I have to do the sewing part of this video, so as to show us how to fix the collar. So I'm going to stop here, then when they bring light, I'll do a proper press. Okay, all right. So for the back now, we're going to cut facing for the back. Okay, so I fold my fabric into like this, then place my back on top of it. So the length I got is 8.5. That's the length I'm using. If you want yours longer, you can as well go down. Okay, so but I'm okay with 8.5. So I just make sure I place it very well and go ahead to cut out. Alright guys, so this is where we'll stop for the cutting. The next phase you'll be seeing will be the sewing part of this beautiful shirt here. Don't forget to subscribe please, and don't forget to follow, don't forget to share. Please leave a comment so that our video will be pushed out by YouTube. Okay, thank you so much.